What's up, you guys? It's Ariam
And Yodit.
and you're tuned in to deuxsol Radio.
Yep, your favorite twins are here talking all things music and culture and everything under the sun.
And two takes are better than one, but twin takes are even better. And today's episode of deuxsol Radio is super, super special because we have our very first guest of the season. And he is amazing. He is a chef, a content creator, an entrepreneur. He's been featured on many publications, many TV appearances, from GMA to The Today Show, Delicious, Bon Appetit. The list goes
on and on.
It's just, if you read about it and see it, he's probably been on it. And we're super glad that he's made time today to join us on the show. Please give a welcome to Will Coleman.
Yay.
Thank y'all for having me. I'm very excited. I'm in awe of just how y'all move around and talk to the camera and talk to the audience. So great. I'm inspired by y'all. So.
Well, we are inspired by you too, and we're super grateful that you're going to be our inaugural guest on our show.
Love that. In the building.
In the building. Love that for
you.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling happy to be here. I'm in a time in my life where things are changing, and I'm watching my life become the life that I wanted for a very long time. So I'm just trying to be present in those moments and not always be looking for the next thing to come about, and just being present and grateful for the things that I already have.
I love that.
That's the best way to answer that question.
You could have just said, I'm good.
Yeah, but no, that shows. I love that you are in this headspace, and I'm glad that we're able to witness it.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah,
I'm happy to be here, with y'all chatting. I'm ready to get into it.
Okay,
get into it.
Will Coleman has entered the chat, y'all. We're excited to have you. Yodi, you ready to kick us off?
Yeah, of course. So, as Ariam mentioned, you're a chef, you're a content creator, you're an entrepreneur. And we've been fascinated by the work that you've been doing and the version of yourself that we know now, because we met you at this part of your journey. But to give us and the listeners a little bit of context, can you tell us a little bit about your story and how you started with cooking? Take us back to the beginning.
Absolutely. I grew up not always knowing what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be a fucking magician. What? I wanted to do all these things. I never knew exactly what I wanted to do. Wasn't good at science, wasn't good at math, really didn't hate school that much. I really hated school, to be honest. But I've always loved food, cooking in the kitchen with my grandma, my mom, watching the Food Network. I feel I didn't watch cartoons really. I was watching cooking shows before I got to school. And then in high school, I took a home ec class. Only black guy there, obviously. Only guy there in this home ec class. And I just found this fascination to be able to get into the kitchen and not get in trouble for playing with ingredients. I would literally be in my home, just mixing stuff together, and I'm wasting ingredients. Obviously, I'm cooking out of curiosity. Nobody got time for that. My mom will always say, but I think as I just got older and learned to play with creativity, I found that cooking was something that I could roll with. And I never actually knew that there was money in it until now. I've always had other jobs while doing cooking and media things, but now I'm good. This is my job. And that feels very good to say because it hasn't always been like this. I started in 2015. I did a cooking show in my school, film class.
This is in high school?
This is in high school, yeah. Everybody's making narratives and short films. I wanted to make a cooking show. I've always been that weird kid in school.
I just think you had foresight.
Yeah, I knew always what I wanted to do, to be honest. When I realized I wanted to do cooking, it's been nothing else but that since then.
Wow.
I did a cookbook while I was in high school.
I'm sorry.
A cookbook. I wrote it was 200 pages, 75 recipes.
200 pages?
I wrote that, yeah, in junior high.
Okay.
Did that.
That's incredible.
I've just always been the person to make my own things whenever I wanted it to come to fruition, and not wait on anybody to give it to me. And I think just that having that in me at such a young age has continued to help me grow, and not just a numbers thing, but getting my story out there and not waiting for someone else to like give it to me. Because if you wait all day, no one's gonna come. Like you have to do stuff for yourself. Like I think entrepreneurs don't always know that, especially at a young age. They wait for people to give them the next gig and all these good things, but you gotta just make your own stuff. Like as you're doing right now, making your own things.
I love that. So where do you think that comes from? That mentality? Because it sounds like you had it at a young age. Where do you think?
I think definitely my mom. Like she was a young mom, like 21, had me. I'm 22. I cannot imagine having a kid.
Wait, you're 22?
I'm 22.
Okay.
22.
Keep that in mind. All these things he's accomplished, and he's only 22.
22. Yeah.
I love that.
Incredible.
Can't imagine having a kid right now. And I just know my mom like always was like fighting to make the best for herself and like have a life of her own, plus having a good life for her kids. And I always say there's no plan B. Like I know, I'm sure if I'm never going to fail because failure is not a thing to me. It's just a part of the journey. But if there is something different for me in the world, we will discover that then. Yeah. But as of now, there's no plan B other than making my dreams come to fruition. Like I know what I want for myself and it just has to happen, period.
Wow. So you already had like this understanding of self at such a young age, and that's very rare. Did you realize that you knowing exactly what you wanted was so unique, or did you just think this is me and I'm just, living my life?
Yeah, I've never really thought of like what I've been doing as this big unique thing. I mean, in reality, I was always the only Black kid in my school doing what I'm doing. But I think when you're so like into what you're doing, you're not thinking about everybody else. Like you're just focused on how can I win? How can I be my best self? And then being the only person that's doing it can have its obstacles, but I think it's a big opportunity for you to shine your light. Like everybody else doing one thing. I don't want to do what they're doing. I want to do my own thing so I can shine even brighter.
Carving your own path.
Yes, carving my own path.
I hear that. I hear that. And I just love to see that that's always been within you and your journey. Yeah. So when we talk about cooking, let's talk about your influences.
Yes.
What are your cooking influences?
I think my influences definitely like lie within my ancestors and like how they've paved the way for something and someone like me out of not many resources. Like people that come before me in the media world or even in my generational cycle, it's like they've made something out of themselves with not much. And that inspires me because I have all these resources and community to rely on. It's like I have to make it then. If they can do it, I definitely can do it. Also, like travel really inspires me. Like I love getting out there. Like I don't want to be in one space for too long. I've always been like moving around over and over and over. Being in New York has made me realize I can call this home for a little bit, but I still want to keep traveling and like meeting other people. Like when I start different conversations with people, it inspires my cooking because I'm taking their stories and what they told me and translating it in a way that I can tell through food.
Okay. And what's cool is that like everywhere you go, there's like a specific style of, food and taste and like culture. So I feel like you're always exposed and, informed by wherever you go. And it's always like a fun learning experience. I mean, you see like a lot of, chefs who get to travel like and are constantly like inspired. I feel like
and it's
really,
like
really cool.
Such a great opportunity to have. Like not everybody is able to travel. Yeah. And I just have to sit in that gratitude because for me to be so young and be able to, first of all, afford to travel. Plane tickets are ridiculous.
Right.
Like, plane ticket, hotel.
Inflation right now.
It's ridiculous. Yeah. Like you have to.
I'm planning way in advance.
You have to.
Like way in advance.
You have to. Yeah. I think you realize that you want to travel and you like actually serious about it. You have to plan in advance unless you're just fucking balling. But I'm not right now.
That's
like
not everybody.
Yeah, it's not everybody.
You know what I love about that sentiment? I feel like now specifically we're in this culture where like we have like a Black travel renaissance where there's like spaces and platforms that help like continue to like empower Black travel. And understanding like how we can support each other to make sure that we can have those experiences in life because they serve us in different ways. And in your case, like obviously there's leisure, but then there's this exploration for cuisines and palates. Education. Yeah.
Immersing yourself in different cultures. Like I don't think Black people have always seen the value of travel. Yeah. Also just we haven't had the affordability to travel. Like you gotta think about watching your kids, who about to cook dinner, like all these different things. Like you can't just take time for yourself. And I think for us to be so young and Black and like have this freeness about ourselves,
Yeah.
we have to take advantage of it. Like, we owe it to ourselves. We owe it to our ancestors. Like,
Exactly.
we owe it to our future selves to take advantage of each moment we have of this freeness and go out into the world and like just live life. Like, live life without expectations. And in reality, so many things are going to come back from that you don't even plan to have come back to you from travel. It's important. And also, we deserve to be in these spaces, like, to have our Blackness shine throughout. Like, we can't hold this within New York. Like, we got so much to see and do
and give.
and give. Yes.
So it's clear that you've loved cooking at a young age. So you've been doing this for years. But how did you know that you wanted to be a chef and a personality, like a television personality? Because if anyone meets you, like, they know that you have this energy and this infectious personality, and that's like just separate from your cooking ability. But how did you know that you could have these two aspects of yourself overlap?
One thing that I'm like always fighting within is like, do I call myself a chef? Because the one thing, whenever I tell somebody I'm a chef, they're like, oh, which restaurant do you work in? I don't work in a restaurant. I work in my home kitchen. And I'm on a journey of redefining what being a chef is to me, and also to the world, and also to the new generation of chefs. It's not always working in restaurants and Michelin-star restaurants. It's, you can create what a chef is. Like, and for me, a chef is truly understanding food and using it to its fullest ability and connecting it with as many people as possible. So connecting that with like media personality, it's just inevitable. Like I said, I grew up watching cooking shows when I was like 5 years old. I saw, the Nellies cooking on TV, Emerald, Rachel Ray, Bobby Flay. These people on TV that don't always look like me, but I'm like, I want to be in those spaces. I want to be telling those stories. And I'm just a natural storyteller. Like, I can turn one story into a half-hour television show. Like, that's really a 5-minute story. I can drag the shit on. And I just love people as well. Like, I love food. I love community. I love talking and telling stories. I love people. Like, and when I'm able to go on TV and cook and share a story that was inspired by that dish and share it with somebody that's in fucking Nebraska, that's special to me. Like, and it's so intimate. Like, we're like watching each other cooking it and cooking and things. And it's even better when I see people like remaking recipes at home. I'm like, oh, okay, hold on. Now we connected over some food. We don't know each other.
I love that.
Everyone likes to eat.
Yeah, it's a very intimate
Everyone
experience.
has to eat.
A universal love language for sure.
Especially when you can like agree or just even be introduced to something that you may not have had in your own like space in your circle. It's like when you meet people, it's like you meet new dishes and new experiences. So
I never say I don't like any food. Like, there's some foods I don't really like that much, but I'll try it.
Right.
And I really expect my friends to do the same thing. Like, that I cook random ass things. Like, I don't make staples and traditional things. I make things that really bend the palate and like make people think about food in a different light. So if you didn't like it, taste it first and then say you didn't like it.
Right. Okay. It's like basically like don't judge a book by its cover.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
If you didn't like it, it's fine. But taste it first.
Right.
And tell me why you don't like it.
Yeah.
Yes. What is the reason?
Yeah. What is the reason?
I love that. I love that.
So being, I'll hop back in. So we've established your skill set and your talents as a chef, right? But you're also embarking on the world of content creating, right? And you've been doing it. If anyone that's a content creator knows that it's super rewarding when it's put out there and it's well received, but the process is a lot. It's a lot that gets, invested into and all those things, right? So I feel like I wanted to ask you, as a content creator, how do you think tools like TikTok and Reels really help you build like your community or your online community and your brand as Chef Will Coleman?
I definitely think that it helps so much. I always say I'm really self-made. Like, I don't have rich parents. I really had nothing given to me. I built this from ground up, and social media has been such an essential piece into this puzzle. Like, growing up, or not growing up, in college, I would DM producers and chefs that lived in New York when I was in Chicago and ask them to hop on calls for 15 minutes to chat. those same people that I did that to, I'm working with now, many, many years later. But it's just like social media is this place for connection and community building. And it really can take your life to the next level if you're like dedicated. And mind you, it takes many, many resources and money to create content and time and emotions and time away from family and friends. You have to be dedicated. Like it rewards you, but I mean the algorithm, girl, it will eat you up.
We beefing right now.
Beefing right now.
Girl.
Sis.
Right. I want to have a word with you, Mrs. Algorithm.
Right.
But I mean, it's fun. Like social media is not my number one thing. Like my thing is Instagram can be done tomorrow and I won't be done tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I always tell content creators, don't put all your eggs into social media because there can be some months where your videos are going real, real good and other weeks or months where they're not doing so good.
It's quiet.
It's quiet. And that's okay. That's just a part of it.
Yeah.
But life still continues. Like, what are you doing beyond social media? And there needs to be something else. Like, because this internet can be done tomorrow. Like, you can't give the internet so much power over your stability in life. And I think that's what being multifaceted really comes into play. Yeah. Because you have to have a backup. Like I've learned that the hard way. I think we all learned that when COVID hit. Like, what's your backup? Because one thing leaves, you gotta have something else to lean on.
So how long were you making content? Because a lot of people started, finding like these talents that they never tapped into during the pandemic. Did you always make content prior, or is it something that you just kind of
I think video content is something just new for all of us. Like I will post my pictures here and there, like behind the scene things. I'm always a fan of long form content. Like one day I would love to have like a Netflix show or something of that sort. I'm just really tapping into like falling in love and being used to the reels and short form content. I was a little stubborn at first, to be honest. Like when reels first dropped, I was like, I don't want to do this. I'm not going to do it. Yeah. If you don't do it, you're not gonna be doing nothing then.
Right.
Instagram is pushing reels. You have to just learn to be flexible and open-minded when it comes to content creation in the first place. The internet changes so fast. Like,
it does.
And you have to be flexible and like willing to change. And I've been so stubborn. Like you being stubborn can get in your own way. That was me. And I'm like so mad at myself because in the pandemic, if I were to take advantage of like the amount of content that I'm putting out now, but then doing that in the pandemic, I'll be blown in the up right now. Like I'll be lit. Like all people that did that in the pandemic, they're perfect right now.
But you are building that,
right? I feel like you're right where you need to be.
Yeah,
because I feel like everyone's pace and path is very different. But I feel like you are very committed to the craft. Like we've been keeping up with your content. It's really thoughtful and you can tell it's very well planned out and a lot of things come into play. And it really comes to life on social. It really does. And you have an engaged audience that is interested in that content. It's compelling to them and they stick around to get more of that. Yeah. So your brand is really strong in my opinion. Like I feel like, and you have like a great point of view, which I love. Yeah.
And thank you for saying that. Like we're all right where we need to be. Yeah. And that's just so hard, like, to tell yourself all the time and keep reminding yourself of that. Like, especially with social media, it's so easy to compare yourself to other people and, like, seeing what everybody's doing. I just did it myself. I'm like, I'm comparing myself to people, but that doesn't matter. Like, you have no clue what they've done, vice versa. Like, you're on your own journey, and you can't compare yourself to anybody else because once you do that, you're taking time away from your own journey.
Right.
And
That's so
we can't afford that.
Yeah. And I think it's really interesting, like, the whole notion of, like, an overnight success. There's no such thing as an overnight success.
You don't know what they've done.
Yeah. Like, I think I was watching a Breakfast Club interview and I think Charlamagne was like, it takes 10 years to be an overnight success. Yeah. And like the concept is like, it's obviously looks different for everyone's path, but I felt like that was such a great way to look at it. Like your time is your time and you'll get to where you need to get depending on what your journey looks like.
We're working towards longevity.
Yeah.
There are those viral moments, but I mean, after that week, the viral moment, where are they at now? Like it's, you have to really plan your things strategically so that I'm working towards a career. Like I don't ever want to work for anybody else in my life. Yeah. So I'm trying to set myself up for success in a way that is purposeful, meaningful, and rewards me 10 times fold. Yeah.
And that's how you look at it, right? Like you can't, sometimes like it is amazing to have a viral moment if it's aligned with what you want to do, or if it's intentional, because sometimes you become viral without trying to be.
You don't. That's the thing. I feel like most viral videos that happen, like even some of my biggest viewed videos, I had no clue. Like it was something that I would have not even
Never thought.
But the things you pour all this time and energy to, it's like doesn't go viral. But that just goes back to like you gotta just
create what you love.
Keep creating, like just keep going.
Yeah.
And as you build your audience, you know, I think it's more important to cater to the loyal, you know, consumers, the audience, the brand that wants to know what you're coming out with next. Because, you know, if you come out with a product, guess what? They're the people that are most likely going to buy it. Yeah. You know, they're most likely the people that are going to support you.
And that's what's paying the rent. Like
exactly.
At the end of the day.
Exactly. So like Yodit said, you know, your content is such a joy to watch, such a joy to run into.
I love it.
And I just wanted to know, what does your process look like before you're about to post? Like, how do you decide on what dish you're going to make, and what does the process look like?
Yeah. So like, I want to answer this question a year from now because I'm trying to think more strategically about my process. Because before I was like, I smoke some weed, I get an idea, I write it down, I film it. But I'm trying to also be strategic and think about what has done well. What do people want to see? What's popular on the internet right now? Just to set myself up for as much success as possible. But it's just like me thinking of a dish that makes me happy. Like, I don't cook anything for a viral moment. I cook things that I actually want to eat. Things that I like to serve. Because I want to be comfortable while I'm cooking the food. Like I can only be myself. Like I can't be anybody else on the internet. And then I get in the kitchen with my assistant. We film. Lots of dishwashing, lots of prepping, lots of eating. We edit it and we post it. Like it's just, I think people want to do this type of content, but they overthink it. Like, all you have to do is get a camera. Like I'm not having $1,000 of equipment. Like it's my camera, a tripod, a ring light, maybe if it's a dark day. It's that easy. Like think of an idea, film it, post it, and then keep doing it over and over again. Like you can't wait to this special big moment to do what you want to do.
Right.
Like, you have to follow your dream just now. Start today. You can't wait till it's perfect. It's never gonna be perfect if you don't do it.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's just hard for someone that may be starting this journey, like where to go. But the key is like anybody that's a content creator that I see when they give advice is like basically like just put your content out. Like
do it.
Just start.
Like Nike has the best slogan ever.
Just do it.
Just
I know. And it ages so well. Like it just applies to everything in life. It literally does. You're right about that.
And then you can, you know,
sponsorship.
It's like,
okay.
I mean,
call us.
I could do a little sponsorship as well. But yeah, you know, just like we said, just putting it out there and doing a little trial and error.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes
I mean, open to feedback. Like we don't know it all.
Yes.
Like, we think we know it all the time.
And that is the hardest part for a lot of folks, because sometimes you pour so much love.
So passionate.
Yes.
And sometimes you think about the hours you put into it, the editing. Like I honestly used to feel like that sometimes. Like when me and Yodi, before we had our podcast, we went to college together, and this idea of us trying to like do something together started off through YouTube, right? I'm still not really a great editor, not really great with the tech stuff. And I was like, you know what? We're going to just like film these videos. We're going to do music reviews. We're going to upload them. And then sometimes I'd feel like I put all this work in. Yeah. Like, I don't want to see any negative things come out of it. You know, it's like I'm too, you know,
you're
protective of
it.
it. But it helps, like getting feedback, being around people that, like close friends that will give you honest feedback is the best gift.
You need it.
You need it.
Like your community can't all be yes men. Like
yes,
we will never grow. We're never going to be better.
We know some results of some celebrities that have that dynamic, and you know we see where they're at now. So
we don't want that.
We don't want that.
We do not want that.
We do not.
That's a hard no for us. So let's go back to your process when it comes to filming like a particular video. When you're putting together a dish, I always wanted to know like if there's any playlist that would help describe your process. Like what songs would you think would be included in it? Like
that's a good question.
That's a good question. I like all my videos are very upbeat, vibrant, like happy vibes. I've actually been running back because in preparation of the Fenty Bowl.
The
Oh.
Fenty Bowl.
Bitch better have my money.
Right. I'm so looking forward to Rihanna. Take all my money in 2023.
Yeah.
Take it. Ready for you.
Yeah, I'm listening to Bitch Better Have My Money,
Mhm.
ASAP by Rihanna. I'm just in this mood, like this very fiery mood that pay me what I'm worth. 'Cause I know what I'm worth now. I've not always known that, but pay me what I'm worth because I'm always there to deliver the product. And so like I'm doing like a lot of like branded partnerships now, which I'm very grateful for. I don't know. I'm listening to a lot of upbeat music, like, but also I have a side of me like where in the mornings I'm playing jazz. Like, Alexa, play my morning jazz playlist to get grounded, to get just inspired, to get in the mood because I'll lay in the bed until 10 and be like, damn, I wish I would have had an early start to the day. Because if you start at 7 o'clock in the morning, you can get some things done.
Yeah.
Some things real efficiently done. But
Miracle mornings.
Yes.
Yes. And that motivation.
It can be hard though sometimes, but we're working. It's a journey.
I love that.
What are y'all listening to?
That's real.
I'm listening to a
What are
lot
we
of
listening to?
things. I mean, Ari Lennox's new project.
Yes.
So sexual and sensual and
Yes.
lovely.
You know, we're from DC, so you know we gotta support our girl.
Yes.
She's killing it. You know, just a lot of R&B, a lot of, you know,
A lot of Afrobeat too.
a lot of Afrobeat.
Honestly, it doesn't matter what time of day.
Yes.
And what season.
Africa's taken over, baby.
Yes.
Taking over everything. And it's really dope to see that. Just like any music that can, like you said, like get you upbeat and energize you, like we're there for it too. Yeah. Gotta come up with a playlist soon.
Right.
Baby.
I know. Stay
Playlist
tuned.
coming soon.
Stay tuned.
And you can add your songs to the playlist too.
That's the way to do it.
Yes. I love that.
So I'll take it. I'll take it, girl. I'll take it.
We're
I'll
twinning
take it.
today.
So throughout your journey, what are some unexpected learning curves that, you know, have come your way, whether it's cooking, content creating, television personality, you know, experience?
I think for me, I never really was taught about money. It was always like shown through representation. Like my parents had a job. Like you get a job, you get a check every 2 weeks. That's what it is. But I think as a freelancer, I'm in a spot where net 30 is very real. I'm submitting my invoices. You're waiting 30 days to get your money.
Yeah.
So you have to start managing your money a little bit differently than you would if you have a 2-week payment every 2 weeks from your job. So I think that's a learning curve. I'm trying to figure out like how to use my money wisely. I am in a spot where I am very young and it can be very easy to fuck up with your money. And I've never had access to this type of money before. So I'm trying to like figure out a way to use it purposefully and like invest. Like, you know how my white friends invest and they rich as hell. Like, what's going on? Why don't I know about this? So I'm trying to just take the steps to educate myself when it comes to money.
Yeah.
Because nobody did it for me. So I got to do it now myself.
Yeah.
I think that's really important, especially because we like content creation is a whole like industry now. And so it's a space where it's so new. And essentially it is entrepreneurship, but it's a different form of entrepreneurship. And I feel like, I think collectively, like we're still learning about financial literacy in that space because the way that you're getting income, that stream of income is so specific.
Yeah.
And I think, and I appreciate you sharing that and being transparent about that because I think a lot of people glamorize content creation as a form of an occupation, but they might not necessarily know what they're getting into.
Yeah.
So, you know, you're helping a lot of people by preparing them to think about all those realities and set them up for success while they're, you know, exploring that as a way of getting income.
I think it's also important is to have community behind you as well. Like I have friends who are content creators as well, and they have a bit more of a following than me, but I think it's so important to have transparency within any space you're in when it comes to money. No one likes talking about money, but it's so important. Like what you don't know, you don't know. And what you do know, you do know. So it's important to talk about it because you never want to play yourself because the company's not going to outright tell you, oh, you're underballing yourself.
Yep.
They're going to pay you what you said to pay you and then keep it moving. But when you realize what your worth can be, the world can change. Like I'm at a point now where I'm not charging for survival. I'm charging to thrive, like, because I know that it's possible, and I'm seeing people that look like me doing the same thing. So it's just really important to be transparent about money, and that's one bump that I had. Like, for the first like 2 years of being freelance full time, I was underballing myself. I didn't know, like, I just didn't know, and then nobody wanted to tell me. So I want to be the person that can be transparent and help people out, because we all trying to get that bag together.
Yes.
And, like, we all need it. Like, we're all one.
And I appreciate you, you know, being a part of that journey, like helping other folks, because I've been seeing a lot of that. Those conversations also been happening on social media from content creators. Like there's, I feel so bad. I don't remember her name, but she's a full-time content creator. She's an influencer. Like she started off as a micro influencer. Now she's building her, you know, into a macro. But she was, you know, having a lot of open dialogue on TikTok about how many of these large companies want to undercut specifically Black content creators. And
They know they can. They've done it before.
And sometimes it's unfortunate, because if you don't have the knowledge, like you'll say like, this is my asking fee, and then they'll just tell you. They're not going to say, oh, this is what we can go up to, because they'll want to save themselves money. But yeah, just like sharing and like getting the information out there is so important, especially for young Black content creators. It's so essential. We need to help each other, you know?
Yep.
I feel like it's so valuable in that way. So I appreciate you for,
of course,
you know, sharing that.
Of course.
So if somebody were to try a Will Coleman dish, what should they expect to taste?
You better taste some.
Because I've tasted it, and let me tell you,
the food should taste fresh. Like, you should like be able to taste the ingredients you're eating. Be able to identify what you're eating. I want people to have their taste buds like kind of be blessed with some curiosity. I don't feed you everyday thing you're gonna be eating at home. You're gonna taste vibrant flavors, some juiciness. I mean, I want food to be exciting, like not just another meal. All right, what we gonna eat now? Like, I want it to be an experience. And then mostly my food's like that. I mean, if it's not like that, I'm going out to eat. Like, I only cook good food where I'm going out to eat.
And I can speak from experience. Ariam and I both can speak from experience.
Yes.
That his dishes deliver on everything he just said.
We went to his pop-up back in June. And
I'm already hungry.
My mouth is watering right
and
now.
I believe it was a fried catfish sandwich.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Don't forget the crab deviled eggs.
As a pescatarian, I've never been so happy, because every time I go out with my group of friends, I'm the problem. I'm like, oh, we got to find some fish options.
That was the main dish.
And she was the star, baby. I still think about that sandwich.
It was good.
It was so good. And then the deviled eggs, I believe, had
crab. So it was chef's kiss.
You were speaking my language that day.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, amazing. I mean, that's why we can advocate for him. Like he's got all the things that he mentioned.
I fed the homies.
Yes,
I fed the homies.
Sure
I love feeding the homies.
Yes. And we, you know, supported him, and it was great. It was
on Juneteenth.
Yes, and that was supporting Black-owned businesses.
On Juneteenth.
Yeah.
How can it not be more magical?
Right. Thank you for being so giving.
Yes.
We really appreciated it.
It makes me happy.
That was a great day.
It's my love language.
That was a great
I love that.
Cooking for people and feeding people is my love language. So it's also charging me as well.
I know that's right.
Getting, you know, giving and receiving.
Yes.
I like that.
Cool. So we all know that, you know, you have done amazing things, obviously, on the internet with your content creation, and you do your pop-ups and you do your events, which are amazing.
Thank you.
So let's talk about Bold Spices.
Let's talk about it. I'm ready. Let's talk about it. Oh, yeah.
Not only are you doing all these other amazing things, but you have a line of spices.
I do have a line of spices. I have a line of spices that I launched in 2017. And this was on a moment where it was very boots and ground. Like, I was going to farmers markets, doing samples for like hundreds of people by myself. Meanwhile, I was in high school, cooking all this stuff in my mom's kitchen. And when I went to college, I kind of just forgot about it. Like, it's always been available on my site, but I just forgot about it. We have those projects sometimes where we're so excited about it, and then it just kind of falls to the landslide because you have all these other things you're doing. But recently, about 2 months ago, I'm like, I can't forget about that. This is something I worked really hard on, has a good story. So I'm doing a nice little relaunch that's launching in November.
Oh, wow. That is right around the corner.
Yes, it is. Right for Thanksgiving.
Perfect
New
timing.
look, same spices, same stories, same great flavor. But yeah, it's a spice line that is inspired by nostalgia. Each spice caters to a different family memory growing up. There's a backyard barbecue, so that's inspired by, backyard barbecues, home cooking, Saturday mornings, hibachi nights, all really good ingredients, no BS. And this is meant to get people excited about cooking. And I created it because I was doing a lot of media work, and I wanted to find a way to literally get into people's kitchens across the country. And a spice does that. You put a spice in your food.
That's very true.
You sprinkle somebody's story in your food, and you're sharing it with your family. And Bold Spices does do that, and it deserves to have another fresh breath of life.
Okay.
And I'm very excited that I've, picked that back up.
I love this for you.
Thank you.
And just in time for the holidays.
Just in time.
I love
this.
Marketing.
Right.
Okay. Strategy.
Yes.
I love that for you. Well, stay tuned, y'all. When that drops, I think it's going to be so great.
We may have to give the listeners here a little discount code.
Oh, okay. Let the people know.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Okay. Let's be fun. Can I get the code too?
Yes. You listen and you got a code.
Yes. I know that's right.
Don't mention it.
So speaking about our listeners and even somebody on this couch here, what advice would you give to someone that is a little intimidated by cooking, okay, but is interested in broadening their skill set? How do you encourage them to just dive in?
I love this question. I love this question so much. I think that it's very important not to force yourself to cook, first of all. Like, cooking should be a very comfortable experience. Like, if you don't feel like cooking, order the takeout. I do it. Like, don't force yourself to do it because you're going to hate it.
Yeah.
I think the main thing to break that barrier of cooking within yourself is just to create a comfortable space, meaning your kitchen. Like, your kitchen should be a place where you find comfort in. Like, it should reflect you. You like bright colors, your kitchen should have bright colors. Get your favorite kitchen equipment, splurge on it. Just as you would splurge on a nice outfit, splurge on something that you're going to be comfortable cooking with every day. A nice skillet. Have the foundations in your home, in your kitchen, because it's your home. Like, I'm realizing the older I get, like, my home is my safe haven, and you have to create a space that's good for you, like, not catering to anybody else but you. If you live with somebody else, 50-50, you know how it goes. But yeah, you want to create a kitchen that's comfortable for you so that when it's time for you to get in the kitchen, you're ready to cook. Like, and just have fun experimenting. Like, buy a cool cookbook, cook a recipe from online, cook one of my various recipes that you see online.
Okay.
Just have fun, stay comfortable. Put some good music on, smoke some weed if you do, pour a glass of wine.
Yes, get the vibes
get
right.
The vibes right.
Yeah.
Play our playlist coming out soon. Cook with some bold spices. Like, the list goes on.
Bold spices.
Come on, strategy. I love it.
But what's really cool about folks like you, right, that are sharing your recipes, and even though you said you had an issue with shorter format videos at first before you started, making these reels and TikToks, I actually, and I feel like a lot of people can relate, am a benefactor of seeing those short form videos, because I have become more, or I guess less afraid to try to cook new meals, because I usually have like my go-to dishes, but when I see a clip that's like 60 seconds and you have all the recipes and you see the step-by-step, it actually feels a lot more approachable.
Yeah.
It's like less intimidating.
Yes, way less intimidating. And then it actually encourages me to, try these dishes.
And it's a nice bite-sized piece. Like, it's 60 seconds.
Snackable.
Folks' attention spans are a little low now. Mine too. So that you capture that person, get them hungry, get them inspired, and hopefully they make it at home.
Yeah.
Like,
so I thank you and folks like you that, have.
We need the love.
You guys have changed my perception. I'm not afraid anymore.
Send your favorite content creators and chefs love. It's not easy.
It is not.
Gotta wash all those damn dishes and shop for those groceries.
I know.
Yes.
It comes with a lot.
It comes with
We
a lot,
appreciate
but
it.
It's worth every moment.
We appreciate it on the receiving end.
Thank you.
So now I also got to ask you, what's Chef Will Coleman's cooking hot take? If there's one hot take you got.
Cooking hot take.
He's like, there's so many.
I mean, put down the Lori seasoning salt.
Oh.
Put it down.
That's going to split the room.
Put the Lori seasoning salt down. You don't need all that garlic powder on your food. All the onion powder on your food.
Damn.
Try to use more natural ingredients, I would say. Like, get a fresh garlic clove. It's going to taste so much better.
Yeah.
It actually does.
Like,
that I agree.
Get some fresh onions. It's going to taste so much better. Put your garlic powder on there, too. I do it, too. I keep bottles of Lori seasoning in my cabinet for my fried chicken recipe. It's delicious. But I don't know. I feel like just break the boundaries. Like, you don't have to always cook the same with the same spices for every dish. Like, try to be more outside the box. Be more creative. Like, I think it's so easy to be in your comfort zone when you're cooking, just to get the job done. But once you give yourself the space just to breathe and use other new ingredients and try new things, you're gonna be so happy with yourself. Like, and then you can use those same ingredients that you just tried new for something else, so it doesn't go to waste.
Okay.
But yeah, put down all the damn seasonings. Like, I like seasoned food, but calm down. Like, we don't need all that. We don't need Old Bay seasoning, Tony Chachere, seasoning salt.
Oh my God.
Those all have sodium in it. Like,
that is true.
Very true.
I'm not a diabetics promoter, but it's just like, calm down. Like, we get it.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
I want to taste the flavors, not just.
I love that. I mean, hey, this is your hot take, and it may split the room, but I hear you. I hear you.
Just categorize your spices. That's all I'm saying. Categorize it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm here to organize a pantry if you need me to.
Okay.
What doesn't Will do? Organizes pantries too?
Does your pantry
I'm joking. Don't
spark
get at him?
Does your pantry
He's like, I'm not plugging that. I'm not plugging that service. That is not an add-on. Okay? No.
I love it. So out of all the dishes that exist in the world, is there one that's out there that you're still looking to master?
Absolutely. Ethiopian food.
Oh.
Hi.
Are you just saying that because you're on the show?
No.
Do you mean that?
I love Ethiopian food so much. And I feel like, I don't always say this, but I feel like it's kind of impossible for me to make at home. Because when I go out to eat, I get like the vegetables, the starches, the meats. I don't want to say bread. What is it called?
Injera.
Yes. It's not bread.
They describe it as sourdough bread or sourdough like pancake. But I guess that's the best way.
I feel like it's just so much better to just.
But it's not really a bread.
Yeah,
it's not.
I don't want to even diminish that quality of what it is for bread.
We appreciate that.
Thank you. But yeah, I have not mastered that. And if you want to invite me to your kitchens to teach me, or your parents' kitchens, let me know.
I think we both need to be in the kitchen learning.
Yeah, we can both learn.
It's hard. Wet is hard.
Yes.
But it's definitely on my bucket list too.
But I mean, it's like, I'm not that pressed because I kind of rather just support a business that is doing it and show them love. Haley's in New York is amazing.
Oh, hi.
Oh, we went there.
Is it Haley's?
Yeah, Haley's. Yeah, we actually went there last weekend.
Yeah, was it
in East Village?
You know, it's operated by two sisters.
Yes.
Are they twins?
I don't know. I should ask them, but
I think they're twins.
Because we just moved here, so we were on the hunt at looking for new Ethiopian
really
restaurants, and we actually
my favorite one in New York so far.
Okay.
Let me know if y'all have a better one, but
we're still discovering. If we go to DC, we could point it out, but we're just
DC is good too.
We're so new here, you know. Help us out.
Yeah.
If anyone has recommendations on spots in New York City to check out, let us know,
please. But we do have another question for you. You recently went to CultureCon. And you met a queen. Okay.
I want to cry.
You met a very amazing, beautiful queen, Miss Tabitha Brown.
Miss Tabitha Brown.
What?
Literally getting chills right now.
What did that experience mean for you, meeting her?
You know, that experience meant so much, not only because I was able to hug her, and she told me that she loved me and that I was doing all the right things.
Aww.
That meant a lot. But it meant a lot because I've been following Miss Tabitha Brown since she got started on Instagram, like during the quarantine days.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember sitting in the house that I lived in with my ex-boyfriend. Ugh. And I remember watching her page and I'm like, she's going to be big one day. Like,
Mm-hmm.
she's going to have a book one day.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to be on TV one day.
Mm-hmm.
All these things. Because she's on Instagram at this moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I think you see somebody, you're like, they're going to be real big one day. And it's so great because I said I wanted to meet her
Mm-hmm.
all these years back. And I actually did it. And it wasn't just about meeting her. It was about like, I do things that I say that I'm going to do. And it may not always look like it in that moment. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it may take time, it may take 3 years like this did. But it just showed me like things are going to happen. The things that I want in this moment are going to happen one day. And it just felt really good to like just be able to live in that moment and be able to see somebody that encourages me to be myself, whatever room I step into. That's what I told her. I said, you've encouraged me to just show up as my full self, no matter the person I'm talking to, the space that I'm in, because she does that. And if someone doesn't value that, then I'm meant for you. And I haven't always, I haven't always, settled with that. It hasn't always been prevalent in my life. It's been hard to recognize that. But seeing someone like her that doesn't negotiate who she is for anybody has helped me to continue to do that in my life.
Yeah. And I feel like what makes it so special is that she blew up by being her authentic self.
Authentic self. She's been doing this for 20 years. And she's just getting her spotlight.
Yeah.
There's no time clock on us. Like, we have nothing but time. All we can do is be ourselves.
Yeah.
Is show up as our full selves and choose passion over anything else.
I love that.
And she's literally a representation of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I love that this was a full circle moment for you. Just seeing that you can see the writing on the wall for what was next for her, and just to see all that come to life, and then you take that as inspiration, and then you finally meet. I love moments.
It's a black woman at that. It's always a black woman.
I know.
And isn't that crazy that you mentioned earlier in the show that when you were growing up, you didn't see personalities that looked like you.
Didn't.
And now you're meeting someone who
looks like
you, who comes from the same experience, who can relate, who is shining bright, and it's just aligned everything.
Yeah. It was a moment that made me realize that I'm on the right track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it was amazing seeing her and hugging her, but it was just like, I'm doing okay. I'm doing a good job. And it was very good.
It's like reassuring.
Very reassuring.
I love that.
Very reassuring.
Oh my God. I felt the love on that photo.
Me too.
I was like,
she is just like, you can feel the energy. Like,
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna cook with her one day.
Wow.
I was gonna actually be, I think my follow-up question was, is there someone that you would love to cook with or cook for? Obviously Tabitha, but is there anyone else in addition that you like dream to either collaborate with or cook for?
Yeah. I think it would be this is like obviously someone alive, right? Because we have to make it happen now. If I say it, not dead or alive, it's alive.
It would most likely be alive.
I think I would love
How
to.
would they taste your food?
Yeah. I would love to cook for Michelle Obama. Like,
that's good.
I would love to cook for her. I don't think I want to cook with her. I can just give her the food. We can eat it together. But yeah, she's just somebody that
that's a good one.
Has always just spoken her mind and like has always really stood true to who she is, no matter the space that she's been in, the largest space you can be in America, the White House.
Right.
But yeah, Oprah's a great one. She's been through so damn much. She still shines.
Yeah.
She loves eating too.
She loves food. Like she has her own garden. Like she's all about,
But I love a white woman, and my favorite white woman is Ina Garten. If you know her, you know her. If you don't, get up on it. She's the classy woman on Food Network in the Hamptons, minding her business.
I love it.
The best thing for white women to do.
Unproblematic.
And just loves cooking, loves entertaining.
Nice.
Loves Ina Garten.
I love it. It's a solid list.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you have a way of manifesting things, so I'm
happy we have it on tape.
We have it on tape. We have it on audio. We have it on everything. So
yes.
I'm just glad to be a part of this moment.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for having me in this space to talk about the things that I'm doing and things that I want to do, and be with people like you that are doing the thing, that are chasing your dream. It's great to have friends and have a community of people that are chasing their dreams, and you're not in it alone. you can't only be the one person in your friend group that's winning. You all need to be winning. And it's just excellent to be with some girls, women that are doing the damn thing.
Okay.
Oh,
thank you.
I love that. That was so unexpected. You should come on like every week.
Got you.
Yeah, can you come on next week?
If I need that motivation, I'm like, all right, come back next week.
Doing the damn thing.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I do appreciate it though. Really do. So before we close out, we have to know, what does the future look like for Will Coleman?
The future looks like me continuing to step into my purpose, continuing to chase passion and live off passion in a bigger scale. Like, I would love to have a nice little test kitchen one day, or big test kitchen one day.
That's right. That's right.
We're not scaling anything down.
Yes, scaling up.
I'm looking forward to just continue to build my community on social, because I know that's going to continue to unlock doors for me that need to be unlocked. A cookbook in the world one day. I think that I know you're going to always want more and more and more as a creator or anybody that's passionate about something. But I think I'll know that, bitch, you're doing a good job.
Yes.
When I can walk into Target or Barnes and Nobles and pick up my cookbook and just flip through it and buy 10 copies and pass out for free on the street. Like, I think that would be my moment. Like, I love cookbooks. I collect cookbooks. I've wanted the cookbook since I was a child. And yes, I self-published a cookbook in 2016, but I want the real deal, hardcover, glossy pages.
Yes.
Barnes and Nobles.
You want the tangibles.
Yeah, tangibles, book tour.
Press junket.
Yes, press junket.
Well, when that book comes out,
we want all of that.
You'll be chatting with us here.
Oh my God, y'all can be even bigger and better by the end.
We better be your first guest.
Period.
Like your first guest appearance.
I'll have my PR team reach out.
Okay. Have your people call us.
You're already there. We're scaling big, y'all.
Yes.
I'm excited for us.
Oh, I love it.
Can I ask what y'all want to do in the next coming years? What y'all excited about?
Wow. No one ever asked us, especially on the show. That's so interesting. Well, yeah, we want to scale bigger too. We want to be doing what we're doing now and just having the support, the foundation.
Heavy on that.
The, ability to do this full time.
And just meet people and have more conversations with different voices and people in different spaces that are doing, they're following their purpose, as you said, and just being a part of supporting people in their journeys, but then also getting to relish in discovery and just learn what's out there.
Discovery.
Yeah. Endless discovery through this platform. That's what we want to do.
One thing that my partner told me that he wants his 2023 year to look like is educated discovery. And that resonated with me so much. Like, live life every day through a lens of discovering.
Love that.
In an educated manner.
Love it. Love it.
How lovely is that?
That is, I couldn't have said it any better.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Shout out to my man.
Shout out to his
my man.
Right, we love him. Amazing. Come on, Black Love.
Yeah.
Yes, we're here for it. Oh, Will, this has been such a pleasure.
Yes, this is very comfortable. I'm excited. I'm even more excited to keep going, doing the work.
Yes.
We're super proud of you, and we're super grateful that, you made some time to chat with us and join us and be our first guest of the season.
Yes. Cheers to many, many more.
Yes.
Pops a bottle of champagne.
Yes.
I love it.
It's only up from here.
Yeah.
We are off to
There's no plan B.
Start. There is no plan B. I love it.
You heard it here, folks.
It's
You heard it here.
So, Will, if you want folks to keep up with you and seeing what your next move is, how can folks follow up with you?
Join my community on social at Chef Will Coleman on Instagram and TikTok, girl. You know where to go. And then if you want to purchase some bold spices, head to chefwillcoleman.com to learn more about me and also shop. But really just join the community. I don't want $1 if you don't have it. If you have $1 to give $1. And buy some spices to have in your home. But I really just want you a part of my community. I want to continue to build with you all and inspire you to get into the kitchen, get hungry, share food with the community. But yeah, that's all I need from y'all. Join the community on social.
Oh,
love it. Y'all heard it
here. We can't
here.
wait to see what your future, because I know it's already bright.
Thank you. Got sunglasses on.
Okay. They didn't look like sunglasses.
Transitions.
Okay, transition. I love transitions. I was like, am I lost?
My first pair. I love them. They're
and they're
actually
very
life-changing.
And insured, right?
Yes, they are insured.
They're insured.
I love Puppy. He bites up everything. Insured.
Oh, wow. Will, thank you again so much for joining us.
you.
And that wraps up our show today. If you want to keep up with us on social as well, you can follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram at DEUXSOL. And if you like what you heard, we'll be back, next week doing what we do. And you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Stitcher, Google Podcast. If you can hear it, we'll be on it.
Come on, options.
And till next time, guys.
Peace.